Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Trek on the tube. Happy birthday to you. Yay! You get a bridge clap. I wore my special sunglasses for your birthday.
I was looking for my one. Oh, look at this. Look at these.
Oh, you should wear the. Those are pretty cool. What are those, like stormtrooper ones?
These are Stormtrooper ones from like the Rogue One premiere.
You should have Mandalorian ones. Those are cooler. Oh, those are neat. What are those?
The Rogue One again. These are different type of, I don't know. These.
What about the sunglasses that
are these
Sarah
snow troopers?
That wife on the tube sent. That do you still have those?
What?
You don't know? Do you not know? I got sent pictures of these silly sunglasses that you bought in a pinch. You were in a hurry or something. Do you recall anything like that?
I think I know what you're talking about. I can go and get those. You want me to get those ones?
No. Just stay like you can stay like you are. Totty, I can't read anything with these sunglasses. Oh wait, I can turn the bright. There we go. I just turned the brightness
up. Everyone to this impromptu stream. It is Starfleet Boy After Dark by day.
By day. Daytime after dark.
Daytime after dark.
I had 2 glasses of wine at lunch, so I'm a little loopy, but it's not that bad. It was very light wine. It was to celebrate you also.
I can inspect your screens now because I can see the reflection in your zoom enhance.
I have 3 screens. Starfleet.
Oh my God,
Starfleet Sohail has a hub over here going on over here. It's very Tony Stark. We have Joel's here. Hello, fellow chatters. We got first contact Eve. What do we call this day? We had to do an introduction, right? We haven't even told people what we're doing.
Call it my birthday.
Okay, it's your birthday.
Contact Eve. That's what it is. It's my birthday. This was the correct. Yeah. This was supposed to be this was the original First Contact Day, in the original unaltered timeline. But then the little divergence that they created with First Contact made First Contact happen on the 5th. So there you go.
I'm gonna swap us around because I'm more Jean-Luc, and you're more Riker.
Am I?
This scenario. Yeah.
Actually, yes, I think so. I'm the Riker to your Jean-Luc.
Well, just now for this stream, like if Father was here, maybe he would be the Riker.
No.
He'd be Captain Kirk, actually. That's Father.
I agree.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Kirk. And Ruben is now McCoy.
Ruben is. I don't know if I don't know. Is he a McCoy or is he?
He's McCoy or Pulaski.
He's Pulaski. I think I prefer Ruben being Pulaski.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, look, Cake is Eternal is here and says
is Robbie Wesley.
Happy birthday. Robbie is always Robbie's Wesley, yeah. Sorry, Robbie. Sorry. No, I love Wesley. I don't know if he loves Wesley. I actually love Wesley. I'm just saying culturally we have for some reason there's like a
people made this whole thing about hating Wesley. But I appreciated him, and
I loved Wesley. I wanted to be like Wesley when I was a kid.
As a young child watching Star Trek, I felt like he was a positive role model.
I agree as well. Look, you also got another happy birthday wish here. Like, hey, you got to count all your wishes. You got 2 so far, 3 if you count me, 4 and 5 if you count your family, your immediate family. Look, you got little birthday cakes. Ooh. Totty, without saying your age, how does it feel to be like a year older? Like, do you feel anything? Like, do you feel different in any way?
No.
No.
My golem body, it doesn't change. Like the outer shell adapts. The inside remains the same.
All right. You're Jake, that's fine. But then who's your dad? Who's Cisco? Is it Fathery? Because Fathery could also be Cisco, by the way, in my mind's eye.
Yeah, actually, Fathery could be but okay. Yeah, Fathery could be a Cisco, actually.
We're like 5 minutes into the stream and we're already like
race
swapping and stuff in Star Trek. We're gonna get so
No, we're not. It's all about, it's infinite diversity and infinite combinations.
No, I know. What we mean is personality types, everyone. Like, I think personality-wise, I don't know if, Father could be a Janeway. I could be a Janeway, I think. I'm a good Janeway. You'd be a perfect Janeway, actually. I take it back.
Me?
Yeah,
I think
you're
that is
like
a great compliment. I don't think I could live up to Janeway's,
you're
glory of
like
her.
when I see you captain, you like really do it like Janeway. It's really good. Yeah. You don't often do it. You like to be an ensign.
Well, I would have killed that too, Vix.
Now we're really all over the place. Let's bring it back.
I like it here. Ingenium says Toddington, and I appreciate that. Toddington of two.
Who's Quark? Ruben's Quark. That's who Ruben is. Sorry, I just remembered.
No one's Odo because we don't have any bastards in our midst.
Odo's not a bastard.
Yeah, he is. He's worse. He's a horrible person.
What?
I don't like Odo.
Did we not watch the same program? I have to end the stream now.
I love René Aubergeon.
But Odo doesn't do anything. Like, Odo's cool by the end of DS9. Like, I don't get... I don't remember anything. What are you talking about? You gotta explain yourself here. Joel is joining you.
I find that... so not only ACAB, ACAB, right? Odo. But no, but I find that Odo pretends to be all like this person that's all about like he has like a moral compass and he follows the rights of the individuals and what have, but that's not true. He just follows the rules that are in place by whoever's leading him. And when it was the Cardassians, he did what the Cardassians told him. And when it's the Federation, he does what the Federation does. And when it's the Bajorans, it'll be the Bajorans. Like he just follows that. And the only reason why he did anything even remotely good to help any solid is just because of his singular love for Kira. He had love for Kira, and so he did everything for her. But he's such a like, I don't know if you could call this beautiful, but like he would have straight up murdered everyone on Deep Space Nine just to save Kira too. Like he only really cared about her. She was the single solid he cared about. So that's my.
I got a message saying we're too small. I'm gonna put us back to it. Here, is this big enough? Oh, how about this? Should we like be just huge?
I gotta say, so yeah, Odo. I'm not a fan of Odo. I think he should go back to his bucket. There you go. That's the hot take of the day.
It's your birthday, so I have to let you have all your hot takes. I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah, I'm actually not going to argue with you on this one. And I actually have to think about this now. After Star Trek the Animated Series, we're going to do Deep Space Nine on Starfleet Boy Actual. Starfleet Sohail, I should say. I forgot.
Planet of people for Kira.
I know he would have done that, but
no,
I have to revisit. I think there's something that happened to Odo that I remember it a little differently, but I have to look at. Oh, you can see my screen. That's a little too much. We have to go back to small.
I think Odo is a bit. I think he's a bit extreme. Maybe a bit. Well, he's not my favorite character, that's for sure. Though I love the relationship between like him and Quark. But I would have liked to see more Bashir and Garrick than Odo Quark.
Speaking of Bashir, I don't know if you listen to Gates McFadden's podcast, but I got to give a shout out or a plug because she just did an episode with Alexander Siddig.
Does that mean he's going to be on Picard? Is that how it works?
No, it doesn't work that. I mean, I wish it did. I wish. He seemed interesting. I listened to it this morning, and he seemed completely surprised when Gates McFadden told him that she did 10 episodes of Picard, because he was like he was like, what? Oh my God, there's another Picard series. Like it was like he had no idea like what was going on or anything like that about that. And I didn't know he was in an Apple TV series. Oh, look, you got more people coming in to say hi. Going back, what's interesting about that is because we got to tell people what we're talking about today. We're gonna talk about First Contact Day predictions. We're other than your birthday and you, we're gonna talk about First Contact Day predictions. Right? Didn't we say we were gonna do that? Right?
Yeah. Has everyone bought their salmon?
Yes, to buy your salmon. Are you gonna make a video cooking salmon? Have you ever done a salmon video? I request a salmon video.
I don't know.
You don't have any. Would Wife on the Tube know how to make a salmon for First Contact Day? And you could just film
like her hands, maybe.
No, just film the salmon itself. Like just the whole
itself.
The whole video is following the salmon in the different stages of its life towards becoming a first.
I gotta go climb up a bloody river first. I gotta follow the salmon up the river.
That you could do with stock footage. I'm writing your video for you. You could look at this. Like I'm handing. Anyways, going back to that, so we're gonna talk about First Contact predictions. We're gonna actually, I don't know how long you can stream, but we're gonna go deep into Picard and go episode by episode so far. What's that?
You got like 3 minutes, then I gotta go.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll talk about Picard episode 1 through 7 with the audience and myself. But anyways, we're gonna do like a deep conversation. We're gonna wax Picard, wax on Picard. So that's gonna be that part. But that'll be later, I guess. Like we'll save that till the end. We got to try to do it. Should we set a time limit for ourselves, because we actually do have a time limit? So we'll say
how you want.
We'll say an hour and a half to 2 hours. If we have to go overtime, it'll be 2 hours tops. So we're at 12 minutes. Let's go.
You wanted to talk about our prank?
Oh, yeah. We should mention that we are not actually starting an OnlyFans. That was an April Fool's joke. If you didn't know that, that's because you didn't follow the instructions. Which was to,
you weren't interested enough.
Oh yeah. You tuned out. You're like, oh shit, OnlyFans with these guys. No, thank you. Click.
You believed it, but you were like, nah, I don't know, thank you.
In a way, Starfleet Boy After Dark is OnlyFans, because like 5 people know about this channel. This is not a very it's exclusive. We do weird things on this channel. Totty, take over for a second and read and respond to comments while I go quickly do something technical. I'll be right back.
Joel says, "What OnlyFans is a prank?" I clicked on it, and you hoped. Yeah, no, we got a few. Replies. If you guys don't know. But I think you guys did know, because Cake loved it. We sent out a little video. We put out a little video on April 1st on my channel. We have a sexy announcement only for the fans, pretending to be creating an OnlyFans channel. Wasn't true. Wasn't real. That was just a prank. We pranked you. Yeah, it was fun. We meant no harm or no disrespect to anyone. And we don't mock any kind of industry. We don't mock like the OnlyFans creators too. It was just like a fun little thing that we thought we would put together. Look at this. There's like images.
Okay, I've done the technical thing.
Coming up.
What's that?
There's images coming up on screen. Look at that. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with like my editing, and we had a lot of fun filming this. We had like a little script. Here's the behind the scenes of it all, I guess. There was a little script.
That's my only the only valid critique, I think, is that I definitely look like I'm reading. No one said that yet. No one's commented on that, so that's good.
Your acting wasn't on point, was it?
No, I think I do a better job. Like obviously when I'm live, I'm not reading anything, so I'm more myself, and I think I didn't seem like myself. But
maybe next year you can get an Emmy. Maybe not this or streaming. Is it a streaming? For the internet. Hey, everyone! This is Starfleet.
I love this editing.
This
though.
is
Look,
on the
it's so dynamic.
We're here today to announce something very special. It's something that we've been waiting and sitting on for a while.
Your acting's not that bad. Sitting on. I like this. That was ad-lib.
Yeah, so exciting. Oh my gosh.
We're starting an OnlyFans.
We look excited about it. So
right. Now here's the thing: you all love Star Trek, and you all enjoy our casual.
This part, I'm like
discussions.
Not sure you
Star
all
Trek,
do, but hey,
and Trekkies generally speaking,
many do.
Are so horny all the time. We were thinking maybe we could take these convos.
Got those
to
reactions as I speak.
So sit down and listen up as we explain exactly what we've got in store.
I like this part.
Photos, videos, cosplay, roleplay. Hey, daddy.
Hey, daddy.
From the safe yet sexy to the wild and warped.
That's
right. We're making lizard babies out here. We've got everything for you.
This is my homage to Star Wars. Secret homage to Star Wars.
You know, YouTube is kind of a prude place when it comes to the sexiness. So you better hit that link in the description.
It'll send you to our new website, which will give you a glimpse at what we have to offer. And maybe, if you like,
Father, we walked in right at the right
go
moment.
To our OnlyFans.
Father, we're
there.
All right, that's it. That's the announcement. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we do hope to see you soon.
That was the best part. The little kiss LLAP, that was perfect. Yes, Father, that was an April Fool's joke. Now I think you have to hide it, Toddy, because like people are gonna discover it not on April Fool's, and they're not gonna know, and they're gonna think that we actually do have an OnlyFans together.
I had a question about that actually. I was wondering, how do like big companies proceed with their April Fools? Because like on the day of, you pretend like it's real or what have you, but like on the next days, do they like delete the posts? Do they put April Fools like 2023? Like should I specify now that it's
I haven't done the research on this, but I don't know. I don't think you're a big company, so you should just decide for yourself what you're gonna do.
There ain't millions of people that are gonna be mad at me. Like, what?
I'll be mad. I'll tell you what. I'll be mad if people start giving me a hard time about like I went to this website and I saw that you had an OnlyFans. And I can't find it, or you know, like, or no, you know what? Actually,
if someone was actually
leave it up. Let people discuss. Oh, wow. But you should highlight a comment that says people click the link to get it on the. That's what you should do. You should do that, like so that. Or a comment that says this was delivered on April 1st. You don't have to say April Fool's Day, but you can say like April 1st.
Jamie says, "Damn, you got me." Kapla. So I think that I can pin that comment, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Damn, you got me.
Damn, you got me.
You got me.
All right, I did some more technical things. I thought I could do two things at once, but I can't. I'm having a hard time. By the way, folks, for anyone watching this who's new or you know, doesn't know about Text Trek, that's who Fathery is, and I think he's here to say happy birthday to you as well. No, maybe Fathery, not. He didn't say it.
Do you want to be Kirk, or do you want to be Cisco?
Oh yeah, we asked Fathery. We got to know. That's right. Yeah, are you Kirk or are you Cisco?
It could be Shaq
in our fantasy. Just so you know, I'm Picard. Oh, here, this will help you visualize our conversation a little bit better. I'm Picard today, and Totty wants to be Riker. Look, what about this layout? Can we look? I can do this. Look. I can create a whole new one. Hold on, let me try that.
No, just stop fooling around with it. Let's get on. Let's get on with the conversation. What was the first thing you wanted to talk about? I'm Fathery. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's a fantasy world. We're in a fantasy. We've created a fantasy.
He doesn't. The real world. He's like, you know what? I don't get it.
No, but Fathery always wants to play Kirk when we read scripts. Remember? Did you ever do any of that script reading stuff on the After Dark program?
I'm never on After Dark.
Oh, you were on the podcast when it was a podcast.
I was. That's true. Actually, I think I was.
You were. You got hammered. One of us passed out. I forget which one.
Yeah, but you never aired that, I think.
I don't know why. I think it's because the hangover from that episode lasted like so long that the time to edit it expired, and I was like, oh, that's it. Next program.
Expired. Moving on.
That was a popular show. I had a guest on every week, but I couldn't maintain drinking that much. It was very bad for my liver, so I had to stop doing a regular drinking show and just do it like once in a while, which is I think the healthier approach.
Fair enough.
And now I do a show that doesn't require drinking, so yeah, it's great. But that could go into podcast. All right, Fathery's now on board, I think. Here we go. Look, this is the answer. Sohail, you and I should cosplay Generations Kirk and Picard on the cruise. I'll be Kirk. All right, done. So we now know Fathery's Kirk in our fantasy. All right, so you get to be Riker. You get to maintain your position.
That's all right.
That's right.
I could be.
If
Shaw,
we did
Can I be Shaw?
What's that? No one gets to be Shaw except for Todd Stashwick, and he's gonna be on the cruise too. And Todd Stashwick is amazing as Shaw. Oh my gosh, I love him. Okay, I knew this was gonna happen because I watched 12 Monkeys. Todd Stashwick makes you fall in love with him no matter what. He like does that Dungeons and Dragons magic on the audience.
He has a lot of charisma.
Yes, he does. He's amazing. And if we get a Star Trek Legacy show, he's gonna be an amazing lead. Even though I would like Seven to be the lead, so I don't want Captain Shaw out of the picture though. Maybe they could be co-leads, which would be awesome. Which we've seen before on shows. Which also means lots of bridge time.
Yeah. So
and meetings. Oh my god! Can you imagine doing crew evaluations on the Titan? How that would go? Like they would argue all the time.
Have you seen The Last of Us, the show?
I've only seen it up to a point. I don't know what happens, so don't spoil it because no one's spoiled it for me yet.
Would you consider that show to have co-leads, 2 lead actors? Or do you think one?
Yes, that is a good example.
I think it's co-leads.
No, so far I think it's a good example of a co-led series.
So there you go.
Yeah, I would be most happy with Jerry Ryan leading a show, but you know what's cool about Picard is that like this 25th century era of Star Trek is that it can kind of seamlessly go from one show to another, much like Discovery spun off Strange New Worlds. Like I feel like Picard can easily spin off.
I don't feel
Star
like that
Trek
was
Legacy.
seamless, but
you don't? It was pretty good. It was a
Discovery and Strange New Worlds. You found that seamless.
Yeah, I thought it was. What's the word? Satisfying.
The entire goddamn ship and bridge, but it was very seamless.
Oh, I see what you're always focused on the visuals.
They were like, we're not gonna do that crazy Spock. We're gonna do this Spock, but it was seamless.
Virginia wants to know who plays the bridge that kills Kirk. That's gonna be Ruben. Ruben is the bridge. Our friend Ruben. Let's see here. Father also says
the MCU is the films in which we burn.
Father's being sarcastic says, "You've watched 12 Monkeys? I had no idea. You never mentioned. Hey, Father, are you able to stream? Should we invite Father on to your birthday stream? It's your birthday. You decide.
It's your stream. We're co-leads.
Well,
we're co-leads.
Okay, we can't. We are co-leads. It's true. Oh, are you streaming this on your channel too? Did you turn on that feature? Did you try it out?
I didn't do that. I could have.
You failed. You failed.
I didn't fail. I chose. I chose to not do that. I said I am going to let you. I prefer when all of the views, however small it may be, I prefer to have all of the views in one place, and then I can put this video in the playlist. Okay,
we're gonna make a rule. It's just you and me. No one else can come on the stream, but people celebrate in the chat. Okay. Celebrate in the chat. Oh, I just denied. Sorry, Marcel, but but I just saw that. Oh.
The rule came out at the last. It was there. The rule came out.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Marcelo. At the end maybe I'll let folks on. So just hold your horses and watch the stream, and we'll see what happens. But I feel like we're already off track from what we said we were gonna do.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? First contact predictions.
Hey,
first contact.
How many of your birthdays have you celebrated as Trek on the Tube now? How many years old is Trek on the Tube? I can tell you how old my streaming days are.
Maybe.
Oh, did we start around the same time?
I think so. I started around like 2016, I think.
Oh, Marcelo forgave us. Thank you. Marcelo's always so nice.
2018, I think. 2018, I think it was that I started. Well, you can go into my look. What's my first video ever uploaded?
Oh, that's a good way to find out. Can you check mine while you're at it?
Yeah, because I'm gonna scroll down your 50,000 videos.
Can't you just type encounter at Farpoint? That was my first video.
Really, was it?
I'm like TNG. Yeah, I'm exactly like TNG.
So yeah,
whatever that means.
I uploaded on January 4th, 2017.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, if you go to YouTube, I'm gonna look myself up and see. You can type Starfleet Sohail. I think you can do that now. It might have updated and do Starfleet Sohail and then encounter at Farpoint. And yes, it works. Wow, you can do Starfleet Sohail. Yes, YouTube, I love you.
7
I
years
appreciate
ago.
that.
That's longer.
So I'm a 7. Like in real life, I'm also older than you in streaming. Just slightly. But you had a channel before that not many people know about. Where your music is. So so you've been on YouTube longer.
I've been on YouTube for years,
yes.
doing nothing that interests people.
Look at this. You got another wish.
Yay. Thank you, people.
Hey, Father, are you cooking salmon for First Contact Day on your stream? Are you going to be like doing a cookout like you did last time? Is that possible? Or is that not going to happen? That would be awesome if someone did that.
I expect my Twitter feed to be just full of salmon tomorrow. That's what I want. Salmon everywhere. Okay, so what are you expecting?
Salmon.
What are you expecting from like the announcements that we're gonna get on First Contact Day tomorrow?
I am not expecting a announcement for Legacy because it would spoil the ending of Picard. But I'm hoping that there will be an announcement at some point soon for Legacy. So I'm going to continue to hashtag and retweet and do all that.
Are we going to get a Discovery trailer?
I think we are going to.
Okay, that's what I think. A Discovery Season 5 trailer. Are we going to get a...
Yeah, or like a sizzler. We'll get like something nice for Discovery, I think.
A Strange New World kind of like teaser? A little tease? Is that what we get?
I think we might get... I think we're going to get a trailer. I think I heard Father say that. Yeah. Because it's close enough. Doesn't it start in like June? Or a teaser. They call them teasers. I think we'll get another teaser.
A little teaser trailer? Okay. So, because like, what's the closest? The closest thing to come out is Strange New World Season 2 right now? Or is it Discovery Season 5?
Here, we got to put this up. There we go. What's that?
What's the closest thing? What's the thing coming out? What's the closest thing to come out? I forget the dates.
It's going to be Strange New Worlds. Let me see if I can pull it up. But it's Strange New Worlds next after Picard.
Okay.
And there's 8 weeks, I believe, of no Star Trek. Or reruns, in my case, where I'll rewatch like Prodigy a million times so that it gets the views. I'll rewatch Picard a million times, actually.
Yeah,
He's gonna
rewatch season 3, and then you're gonna rewatch all 3 seasons.
Yes, that's true. That is gonna happen, actually. So yeah, the 8 weeks is still busy, but it's recreational. What are you gonna do, by the way? You don't stream weekly. I do. What should I do in that 8 weeks? Should we still do a stream every week? Should it be random like this? Audience, let us know.
It can be random like this. You can do anything you want. You're free to do what you want. You can do movies. Oh, you've already done the movies, I think, haven't you?
I have to wait for Humbert. Humbert wants to be a part of it. I think at least Generations. So we've got to wait.
Fair enough.
And I was even thinking of we upped the. Whoa, what is that?
Papa.
Oh, Papa, yes. Yeah, Renee. Poor Renee. And the ghost of the ghost of Robert Picard became a character that I do. I don't know if you remember when we talked about that.
Vaguely. I have like a false memory of something like that.
He haunts Picard, but now that Picard is synthetic, he no longer hears the ghost. So something with the Aromatic syndrome, that's in my head. This is all headcanon. Don't get excited there.
I was gonna say. So Beverly, Crusher and Picard have had ghosts in their family for years.
Yes.
Thing.
Yes. I can't do the. I don't feel comfortable doing the ghost of Robert Picard. Okay. No, Robert. It's the Robert. Rene would be sweet to his uncle, like a Rene ghost. But Robert, imagine Robert ghost, like, I told you, Jean-Luc. I told you you were a failure. Look at the shit you left behind. Look at this, your legacy. Like, it would be really awful.
There needs to be a cut of Star Trek Picard seasons 1, 2, and 3, where every time Picard makes like a bad decision, you can hear him screaming, "This is your fault, Picard." Jean-Luc,
we can do you know, they had the Kylo Ren reacts. We can do the ghost of Robert. See, I did it too. We could have a ghost of Robert Picard.
When he dresses up to go on Free Cloud, Robert is like, "What are you doing?"
No, that could be Jean-Luc getting his revenge. He's making fun of Robert's accent on purpose. See, like there's like a whole sub-series that no one knows about. If you did Star Trek: The Ghost of Robert Picard, this would be like the plot. Like throughout the whole seasons, you would see like it from Robert's perspective. It's kind of awesome. And that's Jean-Luc getting his revenge. And every time he does the accent, he's like looking straight at the ghost. He's taunting him.
Daniel Teo says, "How about an Enterprise rewatch? How about you finish Voyager?"
No, but we're going to Deep Space Nine next. It's the next most exciting show.
How about you finish Voyager?
We will. We're gonna do it. We will. I eventually will. I have a plan. It's Starfleet Boy. The journey started with TNG. It's a journey. Like I've said it all along, and I'm like committed at this point. I've already done.
If they keep on releasing new shows, you'll never get to Voyager. You'll never have time.
No, because there's always gonna be. See, there's two streams. There's always gonna be the React. Oh my gosh, what the hell just happened stream, which will be from you. The current stream. And then there will be the Saturday or whatever. Yeah, the legacy. Oh my gosh, you just named. You get another bridge collab. Yes, correct. So there's the legacy stream, and then there's the 32nd century stream. Exactly, that's how it works on Starfleet Boy. Two streams. There's
two streams.
We always have two streams. That's how it goes. But what times those streams will be, no one knows, and what channel too, because like it could be. It could be on Starfleet Sohail After Dark.
No one can predict these things.
No one can predict these things. I'm slow on the comments. What else is going on? Oh, you could talk about the Orville. No,
he won't talk about that. He will refuse to talk about that. See, I need to.
I like the Orville. Don't get me wrong. It's just not my interest to spend time on it yet. When Star Trek slows down, that's when
I don't think your opinions would be constructive in like a conversational form when it comes to the Orville.
Wow. I can't recall an instance where I was that harsh on it. Maybe I was. I apologize, Orville. I recognize you.
I think we can say one thing about the Orville. Renew it. Give them their season 4. I think that would be nice.
Think Seth MacFarlane and the whole crew should develop a whole science fiction series for sure, though. Regardless of whether they continue the Orville, because I may have made fun of the Orville, but it was only in reaction to people saying that the Orville is Star Trek. Like, to me, that's the thing that kind of like triggered me. So I apologize. I know I probably
I
out of control.
It was a bit like the whole Orville versus Discovery fight. I didn't.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. It was like the Orville's trying to be Orville. It is trying to be Star Trek actually, a little bit, but as an homage, not as like a
Well, it was writing a line.
unintentional thing.
It was writing a line, but
Yeah.
yeah. Will there be
It would be
legacy?
neat to have some interesting crossover too, because the actor who
No,
plays Isaac could totally play a new version of Data, or like not even Data, but just like some kind of soon next generation
no,
synthetic
he would be a
life
good
form.
EMH. I feel and like EMH Mark 7,
Whatever. I mean,
whatever.
I think he does like this kind of like interesting like performance as a synthetic individual that I
PJ
think he
says
would
that
be
if you
lovely
like
on Star
Disco
Trek.
and Orville, you would explode. It's impossible.
Here we go. Father's asking, will there be legacy streams if there was a show called Legacy?
Yeah, and then so Joel says like Legacy squared.
There we go. That's it. Thank you, Joel. Joel's part of the PR team. I love it. So what else do you predict for First Contact Day? Do you do you think they'll tease at a Star Trek 25th Century continuation? Like, could that be
I
acceptable? Like, they
so
don't have to necessarily announce
no,
a
I don't think they're
definitive
gonna
show,
do that.
but
No, I don't think they would
hmm,
announce any of that yet. I don't think they have anything planned on that regard yet. I think maybe they will bring forth uh, some information, like in regards to like the Starfleet Academy show.
that would be exciting. I would love to
Like
see like
they don't have anything
you know,
clearly, I think, for now, but I
right.
think they might bring, just a couple of ideas or whatever, like maybe announce maybe just a few people, like because I'm assuming Mary Wiseman's going to have something to do with it in some capacity,
I
right?
hope so, yeah.
Um, so maybe they'll do that.
Remember how excited everyone got during that like soft pilot for I think you were part of the hype for that.
Yeah,
Like
I
that
was
little
really part of the
Starfleet
hype
Academy
because
tidbit
a
on
lot of people
Disco.
that didn't like that episode where like Tilly's leading like the cadets and everything,
Yeah.
and though like I found that like maybe the fighting of the monster and the CG of the monster was all a bit like, eh. Um,
I loved
I
it.
thought
I watched that
I thought it was
episode
a
and I
great
still get
episode.
excited. Yeah, she's great in that
I
episode
found it
too as
such
a
a like
lead.
a natural evolution of like the character too. I like where they took the character. Like Tilly was so determined on being a captain, and then it was like ultimately she realized that that's not the journey she wanted to go on, and that's not like the person that she wants to be. You know what I mean? It's very difficult.
Discovery.
Like I don't know, psychologically speaking. I mean, to be a captain, there are certain things that not everyone would want to be put in that position. Not to say that she couldn't do it, if she didn't want to, but like some people just don't want to be in that position. So I feel like her becoming a professor makes more sense to me.
I think it's gonna be cool because Discovery can like also evolve and continue. Again, it'll depend on how many people start discovering Discovery and watching that show as it completes its first 5 years. That's kind of cool. It's
Mm.
a 5 year mission, which is kind of awesome when you think about it from the TOS perspective, the original 5 year mission. But after that, like as Starfleet Academy is running, now you have the space to do like Discovery 2 hour specials that come back to I'm hoping Disco doesn't like definitively end, like the Discovery explodes or some weird thing like that, or it gets lost, or whatever. Or if it does get lost, I just hope our crew are together, because it would be cool to have Discovery lead a new kind of way of continuing a show. Like they could do like, I think Battlestar Galactica may have actually done something similar where they released shorter seasons for a little while because of whatever reason, and then the show didn't like. There's like four or something odd, like 4.5 seasons of Battlestar Galactica, from what I remember, and it was like spread out, like it wasn't just like every year or something like that, and it
Mm.
took a long time for that show to wrap. So I feel like Disco could easily evolve into that kind of storytelling. So I'm kind of excited that like Star Trek still believes in the 32nd century, because it that was what excited me the most about Star Trek Discovery, is when they leapt into this like completely new future where you could like you had things
Yeah.
like programmable matter and like understanding like, you know, I dare say that anyone who was a fan of Discovery or watching it while it was airing, at least, is going to be prepared for AI stuff because they're like, oh yeah, we saw all of this happening. We know like all the kind of like crazy ideas, and you know, we know a little bit more about algorithms, and
I
you know,
would
we
like
kind
them to explore
of
that. Like not
yeah,
necessarily
well,
AI,
but
but
that's what I'm saying
the
is
future that
Discovery's
they're
already
in.
proving to be a little bit prescient in that it's predicting like kind of what you're seeing in real life. And that's something exciting that Star Trek does. And I think the 32nd century is a wonderful like backdrop to do that under, because it's kind of hard. What you see in the 25th century kind of we have already, like iPads work that way and like, you know, all that stuff. So that's why the 32nd century is exciting. It still gets to wow us technologically, and like, you know, in terms of like what are the possibilities with unlimited energy, or you know, things like that.
I
So
think they should.
yeah.
I think like it's really an opportunity to just like go completely nuts with like the ideas and the creativity that like everything is open. You can do whatever the hell you want, from like the political landscape to like the technology, and to, I mean, it's easier said than done because coming up with new ideas is always difficult. But
And
I would
setting the
love to see
Academy
them
show
really
in the
explore that.
future helps it be that for STEM type of stuff, you know, like science, and
So
you
do
know,
you
and get
think
kids
we'll have
into.
do you think we'll have like concurrent, kind of like two concurrent eras going on, like a future and a present, like a strange new world, a Discovery kind of Starfleet Academy time in the future, but also like a 25th century kind of era going on at the same time? Because like the 25th century at the moment, we have Prodigy and Lower Decks. 24th, 25th.
I'm happy with the way. Sorry for burping just now. I'm happy with the way. That's so rude. I'm happy with the way personally Star Trek's landscape is right now. We have like a show set, you know, in the past retelling, you know, a lot of those kinds of stories from a different perspective and updating the vision, if you will, of Star Trek. So you have the Strange New Worlds is doing that. You know, that's like what Discovery was trying to do, and you know, I think Strange New Worlds learned from what Discovery did well with that. And, and I guess like to me, like the present, you know, I agree the present is the 25th century. So I'm extremely happy with Picard. You know, we're at episode 7, and it's my favorite Star Trek series by far. It may become my favorite Star Trek series ever. I'm dying to see how it all wraps up.
Wow.
It's superb. Yeah, it's supreme as far as I'm concerned. And I'm so glad that there's other shows in this era. But I would love a live action series set, like, you know, like I don't want to be like super specific, but you know, I would love the Titan to continue. I think that's a great, you know, kind of environment for telling a 25th, you know, century kind of story that encompasses all of Star Trek and can also be new and innovative as well. So yeah, I don't know, it's exciting. And
Daniel
then I
CO says
love.
Daniel CO has a personal request. His son, little Danny, would get a kick out of us saying happy birthday because he turns 7 today. We have the same birthday.
You have the same birthday. Wow. Okay.
We have the same
So
birthday. The original First Contact Day. Come on.
all right, here we go. Let's see. You lead.
Oh, we singing this.
Yeah, isn't that the request?
Oh, well, you can sing it if you want.
Oh, a wish. He gets a wish. We got to give him a wish. Oh, okay. You get 2 wishes. Happy birthday, Danny.
Yeah, indeed. Happy birthday.
And also, it's cool. I think you guys watch Star Trek together, and I like hearing the reports of the Next Generation. It's pretty cool.
The Next Generation probably likes Prodigy. How much does little Danny enjoy Prodigy? I'm curious.
We're like sitting here waiting for an answer.
Waiting. We're waiting. Impatient.
Oh wow, look at that. Danny got more birthday wishes than you did, which is great.
The Next Generation gets more wishes. It's fine. I don't know if they would do this, but I feel like giving us like a little tease of like the Strange New Worlds Lower Decks crossover would be interesting, because not only would it like kind of enable like lower decks to kind of like stay relevant while they're not really around, but also it's like hyping up like the arrival of Strange New World season 2. But I don't know how much they want to show of that like in advance, if they even do. And I don't know if like that's even wrapped, like if they've even managed to like, because you'd have to animate everything on top of filming everything. I don't know if they've done that yet. But yeah, I would like to see that. That's one of my wishes for tomorrow. I want to see a little something. I want to see animated Pike with the hair like this.
Has the stream been announced yet? The time? I forgot if it had been.
I don't know.
Did I tweet something about it?
I'll be at work all day, so I won't know anything.
I am also at work, but you know who's going to be covering it is Text Trek. So yes. They'll be live, and possibly Trek Central, but I think Text Trek is going to be the one that I'm going to try to have my little earbuds in my ear listening to while I work. That's allowed, thank goodness.
Danny enjoys Prodigy and he loves Enterprise. Boom.
All right. Enterprise is a good show. I would not sacrifice it. If you had to cut out one Star Trek show,
I would not sacrifice it.
But I'm not going to say which show I would cut out. I refuse to say it publicly.
It wouldn't be Enterprise, but there's like one.
No, we can't do this. We can't like narrow it down.
No, we can't. Because I know that you wouldn't sacrifice Picard either. You know.
No, I definitely would not sacrifice Picard.
So we're not going to start narrowing it down because it's not going to work. People are going to know. They're going to know.
Who's going to know? Who's going to know?
They're all going to know.
Everybody already knows.
All of the Star Trek creatives, they're like watching this conversation, like, as you talking about my show?
No creatives except for maybe no Star Trek creatives are present at the moment because they don't want to say happy birthday to you.
That's fair.
They refuse.
That's fine. That's okay. They're busy. They're busy people. They should, however, come on here and say happy birthday to Danny.
Yes. You can't. You're not allowed to use Danny that's like bad writing 101. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no. I can't use the Danny card.
Override. Denied. No, Mr. Wolf.
Belay that order.
No. Do not raise the shields, Mr. Wolf. We are Starfleet. I don't know if he says something like that, but I saw a funny I'm trying to remember the name of the podcast. It's like people watching Star Trek for the first time.
I can only raise the shields now. I can't do anything else. That's all I know how to do.
How awesome is Worf so far this season? Are you enjoying Worf? Oh, I guess we should start. Should we go into the Picard? Should I put spoilers up? Like the
Well, do you have any predictions, wants, or needs from tomorrow? First of all, like, is there anything that you would enjoy seeing? Or
yes, I would love to see. I would love to see that. Like, okay, I have a very complicated relationship with Section 31, but the biggest treat I could imagine for myself is like Michelle Yeoh doing like a Section 31 film or like a pilot, like 5 episodes, something like that. Like maybe even minisodes, whatever. So Michelle Yeoh just kind of like doing her victory lap with us Trekkies and coming home to Star Trek for another go would be really, really cool. That's it.
I would enjoy.
And can I just say the ultimate thing if I were just imagining wildly would be Michelle Yeoh and Shure Agudashlu joining forces in a series. Yes, the president of the Federation would be Shure Agudashlu. And she would be the only thing that could put Section 31 in line, so it's always an adversarial relationship between her and Michelle Yeoh.
I agree with that. The Federation, the president of the Federation would be absolutely like against all of this Section 31.
All of it. Yeah. Like, horrified.
No. How dare she? And then they have these standoffs, the two of them.
So the president versus versus Section 31 as a miniseries.
We gave you the keys, but you
We
fucked down the door.
No, they haven't announced anything yet. So that would be my ultimate wish.
So
but if any combination of that or anything involving Michelle Yeoh or Shure Agudashlu, I would be thrilled out of my mind.
I predict the return of short tricks.
Oh.
Only Tribble-related short tricks. We've got like a full season of Edward-related short tricks.
I have to admit I would watch it, but I do not endorse such an idea. But I would still watch that show. So I don't know what that tells you about me.
I would like, and this is not going to happen at all, but I would like Star Trek and the current team to embrace like short treks, to bring them back and kind of like go in a Bad Robots kind of Love, Death, Robots kind of direction.
That would be rad.
Where you can have like, and not just animation, but different styles of like different directors, different people from different backgrounds, doing their own little stories, their own little takes on what like the Star Trek world can offer. I think that would be very interesting.
That's a great. I do like the short Star Trek format. And just as someone who enjoys watching Star Trek, like I do not mind it being protracted. So, adding that to the mix would be wonderful. Although at some point, I will probably have to consolidate streams, like you said. It'll just be like one stream. I don't know. We'll see. I think we have a good balance of. I mean, we're living in a time where honestly, it's like a what's the word? Embarrassment of Treks. Like we have so much good Star Trek on. Like for
is that what they call it? An embarrassment of Treks?
No, like an embarrassment of like riches when you have so much of something. You know what I mean? Like.
I thought because it's the flock of birds. I thought that's what you called like an embarrassment of Trekkies. I was like, no. That's not very kind.
I said Treks, like a riches. Okay, that was a bad pun. Sorry. What I was trying to say in simple language is that we just have a lot of great choices in Star Trek right now, and I like the mix. So I hope it continues. It's good. And I think the Academy show...
Star Trek potpourri.
I
don't like that. I don't like the word potpourri, all right? I don't like a potpourri. I don't like it.
You said it, not me. I didn't...
It's Daniel Steele's. It's like a pot of...
Oh, I see.
A pot of mold? Come on. No, I don't like that. It's a Star Trek mosaic.
Totty is so much faster than me on those comments. It's because like I think the wine I drank at lunch is kicking in, and the script.
You're always 6 steps behind when it comes to comments. Even Robbie he says you're so bad with the comments.
All right, I'm gonna go do something technical.
What? Again? No. This is ridiculous. He starts a stream and then he runs off. He's always been so bad with the comments. What are you saying, Fathery? For short treks, to work, it would need a bigger budget. It was always conceived to be cheap content, turned out quick to keep tricky. Yes, that's the whole point of it. And I think they don't really need it anymore because there's like so many bigger shows. And like here we're going to wait like, a couple of weeks. Was it a couple of months maybe? So we don't need it. Yeah, he's off guzzling wine in secret. I would like
incorrect. Stand down. That is not what he's doing. I'm trying to. I have these like. So I think what's happening is when you drink
all
wine,
the secrets have been revealed.
Look, I'm wearing contacts, and when you drink wine, I don't know what happens to you, but like my eyes kind of get squinty and they shrink, and I think that contacts are irritating my eyes, so that's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. So I was gonna go take.
Are you a changeling?
Yeah, like, no.
What's going on? By the way,
I've been totally suspicious that changelings are among us ever since this season's creeping me out. But anyways, I'll be back.
Oh my god, he's gone again. He can't even come back for real. Yeah, he is getting wine. He's winding up. He's got his changeling bucket that he's filling up with wine. Yeah, I think short tricks is a cool way to get like different creative perspectives and what have you. So I would like them to bring that back, and because even the I forget what it's called, but like the short about like Burnham's father telling her the story of like the birth of humanity or whatever it was on
The
Africa.
animation in that one is so fire too. It's really good.
It's a really nice story, and it's nice to have like this kind of like folklore and these kind of like legends being told from different planets. It so happens that this one is from Earth, but I would love to see tales of like the past from like different cultures and different species, like some Andorian stuff, a Tellarite story. Even if they're not necessarily like the story itself, like the telling of the folklore would be part of like Star Trek's canon, but it doesn't have to be the real way or like the real thing that happened, because it is just like a story and a tale being told over the years. But that would be really cool. It would add so much like cultural context, I think, to some of these species. Perhaps you have a mild allergy to the nitrates in wine. Like Star Wars Visions? What Star Wars Visions? I don't know enough about Star Wars.
I actually
and
do.
The animated shows.
Who said that? I
That
still
was
can't
Jill.
read. Oh, Jill's so wise. Yes, I actually do have a mild allergy. I sometimes, that's why I stick to Beaujolais, but today I went to a Malbec in honor of Shaw, and I guess you have to be really tough to handle Malbecs. Now I know why he drinks those Malbecs. Heavy.
You drank what, 2 glasses of wine? You didn't drink like it's 2 glasses. Oh, maybe it was those American glasses. They're like this big, right?
They're actually the style of glass.
You empty the whole bottle into the glass. You're like, I only drank 1 glass.
My mother only likes to have those. Have you heard of that company Riedel or whatever?
No.
Anyways, they make specific glasses for every type of wine. So
wow.
So actually the Malbec glass is like a bowl almost. It's like a goblet more than a glass. And so it is kind of bulbous. And you do a 4-ounce pour looks bigger for some reason.
Okay.
Or it's just and the reason the it's a goblet is because you're meant to hold it so that it gets kind of heated up, the wine, and then it has just like a. So I think the glass in Picard was wrong. I mean, but there's no wrong glass to drink wine in, but there's like a perfect glass to drink wine in, and that's what this company does. And so we only have those glasses, and that's why we usually
everything concerning Picard's Vineyard is wrong anyway.
Wow.
Because like,
what are you talking about? It's like it's a future vineyard. Why are you so hard on future people? You're the Robert in this discussion. They use replicators.
Yeah, that's true. How outrageous.
You become what you eat, Picard. That's why you're synthetic. You eat that synthetic slop.
So good.
I know. I know Robert. I know Robert really well.
It is so good.
No, it's not that good. I do it better. I have a little bit of a sore throat.
That's why you're synthetic.
It's like a good line.
Yeah. I love that.
That's a good taunt.
You know what,
Robert?
You know what? I should put that down in like I should write a Star Trek, an epic Star Trek rap battle of history.
Here's how the show gets weird. It's like, and this is the cameo.
Pick Star Trek rap battles of history. Captain Kirk versus Captain Picard.
No, we're not doing that. Here's where the show gets weird. I think are we in sync still? Sorry, sometimes it goes out of sync.
I'm sorry, what?
Now you're gonna mess with me.
What?
I don't believe you. Audience, help.
I was saying Captain. Is this the wine?
I just want to say that the weird.
You're cutting out.
Am I? Hold on. I'll be right back.
You're not cutting out. I'm fucking with you. Speak, good stuff.
There's so many noises around my house right now. It's
I know. Awful. What is this? Are you like living in a tornado? What the hell?
My mother.
Has the house been picked up like in the Wizard of Oz?
My mother, much like Robert, does not like replicated food, so she grinds everything, or like she makes all those like spices, and it's very loud. The process.
Let the noise be then, because it's for a good cause.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I try to mute myself so that, whatever. Anyways, my point is, Toddy, the way the show gets weird is, and you get the occasional cameo from Sir Patrick Stewart, is Robert. Jean-Luc discovers that Robert left behind like thousands of logs of him cooking all the family recipes and the variations and like all the meals he made for Marie, and it's all filmed like a real, like, her name was Mary, right? Mary Picard, right? His wife. Yeah. And Renee, and there's gonna be videos of him teaching Renee how to cook. And the last the last video, unfortunately, is the one with the fire.
Oh my god, that's so dreadful.
So we know how the show ends, but there's thousands of logs, so you could do like a whole series of cooking.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I'm so sorry that got dark fast. You didn't draw the line.
No, because I'm thinking of even worse.
Oh no, what are you thinking of? Goodness.
I don't think
I can't imagine something worse than what I just said.
I don't think I can say it, actually.
Don't say it. Do not say it. Do not.
It's too horrible.
This is a PG-13
No,
stream.
it has nothing to do with that. So,
okay. No, don't tell us. I don't want to hear it.
You know why Laris and what was the other Romulan's name?
Javan.
Laris and Javan. You know why they were loyal to Picard and they stayed with them? It's because of the regret when they would tell Shi'ar, they set fire to his family.
That is dark, but that is
so they decided to stay with him to try and
I don't like that for Laris, but I don't. Now that Javan is dead.
Oh my god!
Now that Javan is dead, I wouldn't mind if Laris discovered that about Javan, and then I could be like,
"You cheeky fecker."
Yeah, well that.
Yeah, burnt it down.
I like Laris too much. No, we shall not sully Laris's past. Laris did. That is good though, by the way. That's good drama. I know, but and she didn't know. It wouldn't be her fault anyways. But it is horrible. No. It's so good. That's so good.
All right.
Well,
you want to get it? You want to?
Too bad you're not on the Star Trek Legacy writers team.
I thought you were gonna say podcast. Like I don't deserve a spot to talk about Star Trek Legacy.
And now they're like angry and muting the stream because they're like, those guys are coming up with ideas in the playground we play in. So we apologize. We just got excited.
Look at season.
We got excited.
I think they were fine. I think they can come up with some pretty good ideas on their own.
No, yes. Everything in Picard season 3 is something I could never have dreamt of, but I love. It's
really
awesome.
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much. I've dreamt of versions. I've dreamt of versions of what we're getting, but the whatever you want to call it, the current version of it, the version being presented is superior to what I imagined, what I could have imagined. Presentation.
So what did you want to talk about in regards to like Picard season 3?
So how are you feeling about it so far? We're episode 7. What are you enjoying the most about it? Let me pull up a spoiler banner. Hold on, I have to go off camera.
What am I enjoying the most? He's gone again. This man is completely dreadful. This is like Shaw being the captain of his own ship, where he's not really the captain because he's never present. He's always in sick bay or in his quarters or just moping around somewhere, probably eating a lunch in the dock. So like someone else has to captain the ship. Riker has to captain the ship. Picard has to captain the ship.
I'm back.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're pretending to be back.
No, I'm here. I might be remote, but I'm...
See, I told you you're not back, you're remote. You're eating lunch in the dock somewhere.
I might be having a halal burger, and I don't want to do it on camera.
I think the performances, for starters, I think everyone's talked about that. We've talked about it many times in the discussions, but I think the performances are absolutely fantastic. Everyone is absolutely killing it in season 3.
I agree.
And I think that, and this is kind of related and in tandem, I think that the writing, in terms of like the dialogue and in terms of like how the characters have been written, has, in my opinion, improved um, over like seasons 1 and 2. And I think they've managed to balance out kind of like who these characters have become over the years and who these characters were in these legacy shows like Voyager and The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. And so that gives us like, if putting them together, like putting the performances and these actors absolutely owning these characters and the way that they've been written, I think that is it's delivering like these glorious 7 of 9 moments, like these fantastic Picard moments now, like Riker, um, Worf. You asked me about Worf earlier, and like I think we're getting the best. I think we're getting the best Worf that I've seen ever. Like this is my favorite Worf, I think.
Yeah, mine
And,
too.
and I really think it's coming down to the way that they've written like the evolution and the growth of the character, and found a way to balance that out with like who the character once was. And then these actors, um clearly they're putting in like some of their own new performance and like their new selves into these characters, but they're managing to channel like who they were back in the 90s. So it's great. That's one thing that's really carrying the show, I think. And then in terms of story, I'm actually interested, and I feel like we're having like an overarching kind of like style there, or season with an overarching plot is working quite fine, because proof is in the pudding. It already worked with Deep Space Nine. So going back to that kind of plot with the Dominion War and what have you is good. And I don't have any pacing issues so far. I think that some of the issues that I've had with, say, Discovery or some of the earlier seasons of Picard is like pacing, where they have you wait and wait and wait. They're pulling on that rubber band, and they don't give you like the explanation or the reveal early enough. Some like eventually you're like, you know what? I don't care anymore. But I feel like here in the season, they're pacing it quite well. Prodigy did that well too. They're like giving you the information as we go along quite well.
It feels we feel in sync with the characters in terms of discovering what's going on too, because
Mm.
it's very well, the audience is very well placed in the present moment with these characters, because the way it's like made, and the way the story is being told, it spends a lot of time with the mains. Like,
Yeah.
and what's cool is that like it does feel like we think that I think that like TNG became an ensemble situation because everyone loves these characters so much. Like there's so much like love for all of them. But it sometimes bounced like to Jean-Luc and Worf, and sometimes it was Jean-Luc and Data, and sometimes it was Jean-Luc and Riker, and sometimes it was, like, but Jean-Luc was always like kind of probably the central point.
I've always felt like TNG was a Jean-Luc Data show.
Right. Everyone kind of, I think, vibes in it with it differently, which is, I think, kind of brilliant. But this feels like a true ensemble. Like, I know everyone's like impatient with like, certain things like, Troy, Troy's not here yet and things like that. But from what
She
I'm
will.
hearing, I will just say that like, um, that it seems like everyone seems to think, who's seen ahead, that like you will like what's coming ahead for Troy. So I'm excited. And she's gonna be in all three of the final episodes, and in a way, she's been in a lot more episodes. I mean, like I I have to say the performance on the screen, like when you rewatch when Riker's talking to Troy after the space babies disperse, and he's like kind of he's kind of like, oh, I figured out my mojo or whatever. Um, when you pay attention to the performance, it's not like a Zoom call; it's like a real filmed thing that where she
Mm.
gave a performance. So it's made to look like a Zoom call because now we're used to, again,
Yeah.
that technology is kind of upon us, so that's how we relate to it. But I think that like, yeah, her performances have been touching, and agree with it or not, I kind of laughed and chuckled and thought it was in line with how Troy would react to Jean-Luc and Riker having whiskeys upon Thad's birth. And bring the whiskey. She hasn't drank and however long a Betazoid gestation isn't it long? Like, isn't it like 2 years? No, I'm just kidding, it's not that long.
I don't know,
but I feel like there was something interesting about it. So yeah, who knows what difficulties there were, which is an interesting never told story. But that's what the books are kind of awesome at filling in. So I look forward to those kinds of things too. I want to know more about the Nicholas Meyer Khan
those
podcast
original
thing.
bullet points, yo. Those original bullet points. We'll see what happens eventually. No, I'm very happy with like the balance that's been struck with like the in terms of like guest actors and characters from week to week, because every week the story takes us somewhere else, and we meet like new characters, or we talk to like different characters. And I like that some of them are legacy ones, or ones that we've already seen before. And I like that some of them are not. Some of them like new characters that we've never seen before. And I think that they're very well handled. And all of the guest performances are so good. There's a lot of 12 Monkeys people, of course.
Which delights me to no end. I'm actually still holding out. Like, that's the cool thing about liking
a 12 Monkeys reunion. Star Trek.
It'll work no matter when you watch. So like, I have a feeling that like, if you really want to enjoy kind of like the storytelling stuff, I see Terry Metalis as like I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna make something up, but like perhaps a television auteur. He has like these kind of like memes, ideas that he kind of repeats throughout his work, similar to what a lot of like my favorite auteurs do, like Spielberg and whatnot. But he does it in a way that I like seeing in television. He has a very good like way of telling storytelling on television, in my opinion. I'm very comfortable and I feel safe in it, even though it makes me nervous sometimes. Like I follow it, if you will.
Okay.
So far, so good. I think of 12 Monkeys as a perfect series, not just a perfect season, but a perfect series. Like, I will enjoy every episode. Wow. I'll watch it over and over. It's gonna be like, to me, it's the kind of story for as far as time travel is concerned. I think, I don't want to spoil too much, but it becomes a character in and of itself. But it then also reminds you that there's so much like, I don't know. There's so it's just great. But what it boils down to is that like the people who the characters and the way they like start out as maybe antagonistic with each other and then become like kind of more and more productive together. Like, that's an exciting kind of thing that Star Trek Picard is doing, which Star Trek TNG did, like, all the time. And clearly Terry Metalis learned from his Star Trek days and made a TV series using that kind of vibe. And so I like that. And so I have a lot of faith that Picard season 3 is going to wrap up in a very like kind of for lack of a better word, like, satisfying way. But now I'm like dying to know how it happens. But 3 more weeks, it's crazy.
Yeah, it went by really fast, I'll tell you that. Yeah, otherwise, honestly, like the music, I think everyone's commented on that and said that the music is fantastic.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Visually speaking, like, it looks really good.
That's another thing, and I don't want anyone to think that you have to be obsessive like I am. I watch these episodes like, sometimes 5 or 6 times between one episode to the next. I really am enjoying them that much. And the music stands out even more upon rewatch. There's so many really cool things, and it's two musicians actually, and I forget, it's, well, Christopher Barton and, let me see, what is that?
That's
Is
my
that
phone.
like a?
I will be back. I have technical difficulties.
Oh my
I'll be
gosh!
back in a
Now
minute.
Stephen Barton,
Carry on.
sorry, not Christopher Barton. Stephen Barton and Freddie is the other composer's first name. But anyways, they're easily found on Twitter. I follow them. I'll try to retweet them. Uh, but they're doing an amazing job. And the soundtrack's supposed to come out on the 20th, and I'm really excited about that as well. I think that's the launch date. Did you guys order the vinyl? Toddy, did you order the vinyl when you come back? I don't know if he's still listening to us. He might not even be listening. Um, Jill says, I will give 12 Monkeys one more try if you guys do a review series. We plan to, so you must be patient, though. I still haven't gotten through season 1. We are going to do a breakdown of 12 Monkeys. Maybe that's something we could get started in that 8-week period, Toddy.
I would have to
it'll be a sparse.
I would have
show,
to re-explore
right?
some of the, like, because I haven't seen, like, in a while. I would have to re-explore a couple of these episodes.
We just need to get through Picard. It's a very emotional time for a lot of people. For me,
because I stopped watching 12 Monkeys because I want my opinions to be like fresher when we get to those discussions. That's the only reason why I've stopped my watch at the moment. Because otherwise I would have carried on, powered through.
Yeah, you didn't catch up in time. It's fine. No worries. That's okay.
It's not about catching up. I'm fine. No, it's just I wanted to be closer to, like, because I feel like as the show progresses, 12 Monkeys is going to become there's like a lot of timey-wimey things that are going to start happening, and I want to be closer to my watch of the episode when we discuss that.
Well, it doesn't matter when we get back to it. It's going to be exciting nonetheless because I feel confident that you're going to enjoy the show.
Mm.
It's it's a show, like, whether you end up liking it or not, it's worth a watch. It has a story that I think is an interesting story.
So have you gone back and watched the film?
I kind of have dismissed the film as the superior version of the story. But I do enjoy the film because I love Terry Gilliam. And similar to Terry Matalas, ironically, they both are auteurs. They tell a very... Terry Gilliam has these kind of tropes or kind of memes, ideas. They're original to him, but he likes to use them. They're like novel in a way, but they've become a thing that's recognizable. And I enjoy that kind of thing. I love that because I do enjoy, following directors. Like I like to see what sometimes a person, especially who has a stronger vision, and Terry Matalas definitely seems to have a very strong vision of Star Trek. Like he's lived in this universe. You could tell. So I think he's an ideal leader for, kind of like a launch into this century, the present, if you will. But he might get scooped up. He's popular. He's doing a Witch Mountain thing that I'm excited about watching. So I don't know. I hope he sticks around. I think he will. He seems to love Star Trek a lot.
There's a guy called Alex Garland. And he's written and directed like Ex Machina, Annihilation, and he did like a short show called Divs.
I know Devs.
Alison Pill in it. I would love him to take care of like the Section 31 show.
That would be a great vibe for Section 31. That's awesome. Yeah. Are you a Star Trek fan? Is he?
I don't know.
Isn't Vince
like
Gilligan?
Science fiction, clearly.
People get mad when you start talking about we should maybe be careful because people start getting mad, like, because it's going to lead to like Tarantino and like that and that. But like, I do enjoy seeing Trekkies who are prominent filmmakers. Like, I do enjoy seeing their vision of Star Trek. But I do agree that maybe they should be like one-off kind of streaming events. Like maybe get, like if they're not beneath it, like give Tarantino, and Tarantino's done ER episodes, like give him an episode of Discovery to direct or something, like, or an episode of Strange New Worlds.
So he wants to do his 10th movie, and then he wants to stop doing film. But I forget where it was, but he did say that he was interested in like doing a show because that's something that he hasn't explored before, like television and doing multiple episodes. And it would be so interesting to like give him the opportunity to do like a season of like because his favorite episode is like Yesterday's Enterprise, that kind of stuff. It would be so interesting to try and give like Tarantino like the opportunity to deliver like 10 episodes of like a Yesterday's Enterprise type story, I think. And like for the people that think like, oh, it's gonna be R-rated, there's gonna be blood and there's gonna be swearing and there's like, because there's none of this in like Picard or Lower Decks or Strange New Worlds or Discovery. Like, we're already there, people.
There would be something like poetically beautiful because he loves Star Trek so much. It's prominent throughout his films. Talking about that kind of trope thing, there are always Star Trek references, I believe, in Tarantino movies somewhere, or like, or maybe it's been in a few of his movies. But I always knew he was a Trekkie. Like, I remember reading about it in the kind of like interview, magazines and whatnot. And it would be amazing if like he gets like an episode to do, or like a short film, or like or an actual film, and it's like perfect. Like it nails Star Trek like to a T. Like it has no swearing or whatever you call imperfect for the era.
That's the
like
thing too.
And then he's like, okay, that's how he leaves cinema. He's just like, F everybody. Like, you had me stereotyped as a certain kind of filmmaker. And like, look at what I gave to Star Trek, and then everyone would cry. It's like, come on, give directors. Star Trek's big enough for everyone now. You know what? You want to make a Star Trek, you should be able to make a Star Trek.
Not only that, not only is Star Trek, I think, all about like embracing like all of these different styles. So we embrace different people. Let's embrace different like styles and genres and what have you. But also like, people don't give like people like Tarantino enough credit. It's like, stop thinking that like he can only do that type of film. He's an incredibly talented filmmaker and writer and what have. I'm pretty sure if he wants to, he can go in a direction that I'm better suits Star Trek if that's what people are looking for. But I think that would be interesting. Who would Samuel L. Jackson play? I don't know. Could he play like a Tellarite that's like always mad?
No, you can't. No, come on. Samuel Jackson has to be like a prominent Star Trek like figure, whatever.
I think so he would disrespectful and mean. Tellarites can't be prominent Star Trek figures. Larry Nemechek is so mad right now.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, like, Larry Nemechek.
Tellarites are part of the founding members, yo. Finally, we could have a prominent Tellarite played by one of like a legendary actor. All right.
Oh goodness!
Come on.
Goodness me! I'm so sorry. I forgot that. I apologize. Mea culpa. Okay, the real answer is he plays whoever he wants to play. That's the real answer.
He gets a purple lightsaber.
Yes, he gets a purple shuttle.
He gets a purple shuttle.
Yes. Something purple.
What are they called? The things in Lower Decks? They're purple, aren't they? The T8s. What are they called?
Yeah, exactly. He gets one of those. And maybe his uniform isn't command red, but some like it's like just purple enough that it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. He's the only guy that has like the purple shoulders. In the whole fleet.
In all of Starfleet, no one knows what it means. He never explains it. but it's accepted by all the AI. Accept it, like all the computers
so,
are like.
You follow his lower decks crew, and his lower decks crew are like questioning it, like what the hell?
There we go.
And then they're like, "Oh, there's an admiral coming on board."
All right, we're getting too excited. We're getting ahead of
the
ourselves.
Admiral comes on board, and they assume that he's gonna get told off, but he never does. The Admiral's like, they never pointed out. Everyone's cool with it. It's absolutely fine.
Who are you hopeful of most coming back that you don't like? They're saying there's a few surprises. I'm hopeful of some 12 Monkeys people, like the actress who plays Jones. I'm hopeful that she's in it. I won't hold it against anyone if she's not in it, but I'm really hopeful. I'm also hopeful that Emily Hampshire, who plays.
Oh, you're really talking actors. I thought you were talking characters.
Yeah. No. The two, I don't care who they play. They could just be like the president of Starfleet.
Everyone's the president.
They could be co-presidents. I'd be super down. Yeah, just like us. We're co-presidents of this stream, right? By the way, we're at an hour and a half. Do you think we've exhausted everything we need to say? Yes, Jennifer, of course. I think
we've exhausted the nothingness that we've had to say. We've been wasting everybody's time.
I don't think Terry will work on more Trek anytime soon, but I'd love for them to use Dave Blass as a production designer on a new show. Anyone from this team on Picard season 3 should continue, but I don't know. Maybe Terry Mataus can like kind of consult if he's too busy. I would like
Tom Hanks to finally be in Star Trek. He's expressed on multiple occasions that he likes it. Also, Dave Bautista.
That would be a dream come true.
They would like being on Star Trek. I think I would like that. I would like them to be on Star Trek. Tom Hanks, I think, could be like a really cool Romulan or something.
That's what he wants, right? He wanted to be a Romulan, if I'm not mistaken.
Dave Bautista, I mean, give it like whatever the hell he wants, right? Because he's not just Drax.
President of the Federation. It could be a tri-presidency.
A tri-presidency. So many presidents. Everyone's president. Everyone's president at the same time. That's why Section 31 exists, because there's no one in charge of the goddamn thing. It's like everyone.
There's 3. It's like a more equitable like solution. Like
I see.
They're like a chorus. Remember that episode of TNG with the chorus and the negotiator guy?
The chorus of the Federation.
Riva. What was the name of the episode there?
Burnham would like that, actually.
That's how I think that's how the Federation's designed. Like the president kind of rotate. I don't remember. I read the charter or something like that once when I was a kid, but I don't remember if it was for the role-playing game or it was actual notes. But anyways, there's a charter out there.
It's out there.
And also the articles, I think in the Friends, yes, it might have been for role-playing games. There in the Franz Joseph technical manual, there's a whole thing, the Articles of the Federation, like, and it, I think it goes into like what the general orders are, the Prime Directive, all that stuff. Very accurate. It's very accurate. Do you think
I don't think all of these things apply to like the 32nd Century Federation, of course, but I think there've been like a lot of changes and what have yous to like the Federation that we're kind of like exploring with the 25th century. No, you disagree? Or you're just looking into the distance?
I was kind of like contemplating what you were saying, because to me it feels like a continuation of. It feels very. I feel very at home. I guess the only way
there've been addendums, I guess, like maybe a few modifications and ratifications.
It feels like for me as a person following the story of Star Trek, I like the way that I think I've heard a lot of people put it this way, so I don't know who gets the credit for being the first to say it this way, but like, following along the stories of any of the characters from Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise, following those characters' stories is very interesting to me. That's what I consider kind of like the thing I'm most interested in seeing.
Well, not Enterprise.
I'm just giving you an order of things, like, like just like in general, like,
I'm
and they've done
saying
it.
Enterprise isn't in the same era as the other
No,
one.
but they've done it in a way. In this modern era of Star Trek, we get a lot of references to Enterprise, so we get little tidbits of information, kind of
Mm,
follow-ups, like, or like, nods to it. So I feel satisfied that Enterprise is getting its due, if you will.
mm,
So I'm supremely chuffed that season 3 of Picard decided to be a TNG return, like, of
yeah.
those characters. It's blowing my mind that
It's
they're like,
TNG
so
+7. I can't.
yeah,
That's
it
so
does.
cool.
It's blowing my mind, and I guess I agree with you in the sense that, like, what the actors are doing with these characters, and their, like, the nuance that they're conveying in their performances, of just not just like, I mean, like, it's kind of interesting that, like, there's so much anticipation surrounding these characters, but they've heard it all. Like, they've been to conventions and they talk to fans, like, for, like, the last 15 years or whatever. And so it's, like, delightful, because that's why I feel like it's so satisfying, is because they are bringing something very true, as interpreters of what these characters have become, in terms of the icon status in the Star Trek canon, if you will.
Mm.
They're bringing it like full force. Like, I
Yeah.
agree with everything. It's like, it's amazing. Yeah, the show's exciting.
We're living in an interesting time where the majority of these actors are still around and they can still perform, and we can have this show. Like, we're very lucky to be able to have this show. There will come a time where Star Trek will live on, and the performances will live on, but sadly, like, the people will not. And so it'll be a new generation. There'll be like a whole new generation of creators and a new generation of actors. And so there'll be a new generation of shows that'll come along, but they won't be able to quite honor like these legacy shows or these original shows in the same way. Like, they can do animation, of course, and they might be able to do like a couple of, like, AI face replacements, or a couple of, like, voice generation, lines or whatever it is. But you wouldn't want to completely, do a performance for like a 45-minute episode with an actor that's no longer here. It would be kind of weird. So, like, there will come a time in our lives where we will be in a completely new era of Star Trek, where none of this kind of like old school gang will be around anymore. And that'll be like a completely different kind of thing to live through. So I'm happy that we were able to, like you say, kind of like recapture some of the, like, the TNG, and recapture some of, like, the Voyager and the Deep Space Nine here, while we still have everyone, and it kind of like
It's
it
a
bookends and helps kind of like close, I guess, or punctuate some of this chapter of Star Trek. Not only like Star Trek, the fictionalized world, but also Star Trek, the creative experience that it is.
I'm so excited. Like, LeVar Burton seems very excited about continuing the story in this kind of time frame, because he would love, and I agree. I would love to see the LaForges be a prominent kind of, like, part of that story.
Like Crush.
Like, sure. You know, Jack is Jack is an interesting character. I am dying to find out what's up with Jack. So that's going to be an interesting thing. And yeah, I wonder how he's going to play into this crew. I think he really wants to be a part of it. I mean, he certainly fits right in.
It's like a show with like LaForge's daughters and like Bellana and Tom's daughters.
Oh my gosh. See, look at this.
They got like engineers and pilots.
Just a show going into a show that tells an interesting Starfleet story, like maybe a recovery from whatever mayhem is about to happen, if they're not able to stop the changelings. The Federation's been through hard times.
I mean, I want a political show that's all about like conferences that talk about like resource distribution and like time management and how they're gonna deal with like crises and that kind of stuff. Like I would love that.
Wow,
I would live for that.
you want like a full? What's a show that's like that? That's like what would be a?
I don't know.
Is 24 like that? No. Do you want the tension, like also like a espionage type tension, or just like a show about like
not necessarily
like The Office?
Almost like
Star Trek The Office.
Star Trek like The Office, the West Wing.
Starbase 80. That's the Starbase 80.
The West Wing The Office. No, I don't want Starbase 80. Fuck Starbase 80. Screw that place. Decommission.
That's my show. I want Starbase 80.
And Vatic to take Starbase 80 and throw it somewhere.
I'm getting text messages that my time is expiring. So I hate to cut your birthday party short, but I think we did a lot of waxing today. Would you not agree?
It's the journey that counts.
I feel time is like a companion. I agree with Jean-Luc.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's the fire in which we burn.
Okay.
Social media might be the fire in which we burn. Jean-Luc.
I wonder if Jean-Luc's like interpretation has changed now that he's been through so much and that he's different, like fundamentally different.
His interpretation of time?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he consider it a companion and it like saved him and gave him more? Time was like, no, Jean-Luc, not now.
Time is a tease.
No, time's like, I'll save you. I'll keep
time is
you
a
around
troll.
I'll make sure you get your wishes, all your wishes, Jean-Luc.
No, that was Sung.
Time is a companion.
Sung did that.
What?
Sung gave him the body, not time.
Time inspired him. Jean-Luc lived long enough to reach that poor, wretched planet and save those poor synthetic people.
You die a hero, or you
who
live
were
long
about
enough
to
become the villain? Is that it?
Those synthetic people were about to be responsible for a galaxy-wide genocide. If like the
that needs
people
to be
are like,
addressed, by the way, the whole squid thing, like Cthulhu.
Yeah,
that shit's still out there.
It did whatever it stopped. Soji stopped
it.
We're not worried about it. Soji was able to
stop it. What do you mean
it.
Not worried about it? That's ridiculous. You know what?
It only comes when it's summoned. Oh yeah, that's what I'm scared. It only comes when it's summoned.
No.
Yes, that's the way it works. She had to build that freaking tower.
It's still out there somewhere.
No, it never made it through. It didn't make it through. It knows where we are. That's scary.
Yeah.
But maybe the way the system is, maybe it's a failsafe.
Oh, you don't think no one's gonna summon the thing again? You don't think like the probability of like this happening outside of the Federation, where like or where people haven't heard of the news, like they don't know?
That's something we can certainly wrap up in a future Star Trek 25th Century series. But what would interest me the most is to revisit the Borg that are guarding, the Borg that are guarding the gateway that opened up, that crazy ass thing from season 2.
It's just no one wants to revisit that.
No, I do. Put a station there. It's the new Deep Space Nine in a way, because you have to every right now the Borg are there. Like we need to put support systems in place to help those guys out. Like what if like a fleet comes through that thing? They're the guardians at the gate right now.
What was supposed to come through that gate?
No one knows. It's a mystery box, just like the Cthulhu. It could have been the Cthulhu. We don't know. Girardi could have created a paradox because she's from
that gate.
Girardi's from the Prime timeline, and the Borg Queen was from the Confederate timeline, and they merged, and so they could be a paradox being, and they could have created that moment. So who knows? There's a lot of things going on.
Oh my god, stop. Picard season 2 hurts my brain so much.
Picard season 2 is kind of brilliant.
Emphasis on kinda.
Very kind of brilliant.
Yes, there are.
Anyways, there's a lot of interesting setups
that are opened. Do you think we will eventually get a big crossover show majig thing where like Kurtzman and his team, they bring all of these Star Trek shows together in like one big crossover event of some kind? Or do you think that's not really gonna happen? We're gonna have like little individual little crossovers, like the Lower Decks, Strange Worlds, that kind of stuff.
It just depends what you think of as crossovers, but I think there will be some kind of like what I would call a treat to like viewers, like people who have been watching since Discovery. Like I think are gonna enjoy certain events, you know. And I don't think like Star Trek's ever really done big time crossovers. So like it could just mean like how Spock came into TNG. I'm happy with that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I'm talking like it's like a big major villain that everyone comes together from all like the different times, and they
I'd be down for like a one-off thing like that. Yeah, 100%. Like
kind of like how the Arrowverse shows were doing it with like, you know, Infinite Crisis on Infinite. What is it? On Infinite.
It could be the reason why the temporal accords were put into place, because like something like that is just so devastating to the temporal landscape that it's not. That's the whole point, you know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's telling that story right now. We'll see how like that pans out.
It's not panning out too well, is it?
What are you talking about? Are we gonna like we're not gonna switch to Marvel, are we?
No.
I gotta go.
That's fine. We'll leave them be.
We'll do that on an actual After Dark stream.
We'll let them deal with their stuff. Disney came out and said, "Oh, we should do quality over quantity," which is kind of a strange thing to admit. Or I don't know why you would say such a thing, but it's kind of like admitting that you weren't making quality by saying that. It's strange, but good for them.
I think it could also just be. It could also just be I don't follow the news like from like I only kind of know maybe my opinion and Ryan Airy's opinion and yours, you know, a small group of people's opinions. So I don't know what like what, but it could be Disney acknowledging that maybe there were like a lot of things that like were unpopular with the target audience, you know, because I don't think there's a problem with making a show for a group of people, but like I do think at some point you can't just be like, you know, beholden to every single minutia from every single series. Like there's always going to be Star Trek is so big at this point that like, you know, even I enjoy like as I said like just as I enjoy these like kind of like memes or ideas showing up over and over again in directors, I also think it's lovely when Star Trek's doing it in terms of certain ideas and certain memes, like you know, especially surrounding like protocol and ships and like historic kind of references or whatever. I love that kind of stuff. So you know, who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm intrigued to see what happens. We're excited for First Contact Day tomorrow.
Do you have any predictions for episode 8 that's coming up? Or anything you want to say? Like any hype?
Structurally speaking, I think that episode 8 will be the beginning of like a 3-episode kind of like finale kind of thing. I think that's what we're going into. We're going into like the big conclusion of it all. I feel like I don't know. I have this funny feeling that there's gonna be a guest, so there's gonna be like a character, a return, or someone that we've seen before that'll pop up in that episode. I don't know why I have this feeling, but that and I feel like maybe they're gonna start trying to explore a little bit, like give us some more answers when it comes to Jack. That's what I feel for episode 8.
My statement is that I'm so excited to see Troy and Riker. They put out those images, and I'm hype I'm super hype for
Yes.
that love.
Yes,
for that
indeed.
Imzadi. That Imzadi love. Do you have like that? Do you feel the Imzadi love? Like,
I had no problem with Worf and Diana being together
that was interesting too. Yep, yep. Anyways,
because
we'll
I
end
feel
on
like
that note.
they have a strong bond. They
Oh,
a
we'll have
strong
to end
bond.
on that note. Your screen. Don't. No.
Ow, I'm getting hit.
There you go. We don't put images of Le Bebe. But I'm going to end the stream. Hopefully you can still hear us, Toddy. But thank you for... initiating. There you are. Happy birthday to you, sir. Did you enjoy yourself on your birthday stream? Do we talk
Yes,
about
thank
all
you
the
very
things that
much.
you wanted to talk about?
Yes, everything
Was
was
I
fine.
less antagonistic than normal and more supportive?
Yeah, you don't have a crew to hype you on.
Dang.
You don't have
All
the
right,
posse.
we'll have to do more of these, just the two of us streams. I have a graphic for it now, so it works. All right. Subscribe to Trek on the Tube, and please subscribe to the After Dark. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but we do these kind of, candid and informal. That's what that should
It's
be.
not everyone's
That's
cup of tea, but it can be your whiskey.
it. Can't. That's it. There you go. But we do hold. We do if it's daytime where we are, we try to stay at the PG-13 level, so you can.
Try to stay wine
Yeah,
levels.
there's a wide audience channel. This is like a broad audience channel. All right, live long and prosper, everyone. We'll see you next time.